Hello, my name is Ihezue Ugochi, MBGN 2017 and Miss World Top Model 2017. I'm 21 years old from Imo State. I am a first child of 5 and I have 4 brothers. I'm a graduate from the University of Benin, studied Fine and Applied Arts, and I grew up in Onitsha. Growing up for me was very interesting, very complicated, I'm allowed to use the word. I grew up in a very strict family, a very strict Christian family, and people even thought my father was in the military. We weren't allowed to do certain things, we weren't allowed to go out. So my background made it very difficult for me to contest for the pageant, but I was able to convince my parents otherwise. And so far, my journey in pageantry has been an amazing one. It's been interesting. There has been ups and downs, and I hope that as my journey continues, the journey is going to be an amazing one, and it's going to be an amazing story to tell later in future. Ugochi was a very normal girl, like a very normal next door girl. There was nothing special about her. Or there was something special about her, just that it wasn't discovered yet. Ugochi was a tomboy, because I grew up around boys, and so I'm allowed to say pageantry wasn't really in it for me. I never really thought about going into pageantry. So when I got into Uniben, I made some friends. They were into modeling, and then they were like, why don't you try this out? Why don't you try modeling out? You could succeed there. And then I went to contest for Elite Model Look Nigeria in 2015. There I emerged top 5, and I got signed to Beth Models Agency in Nigeria. So that started my modeling career for me, and so far I have worked with some very talented photographers and designers, and it was very interesting. And then I thought, why not go into pageantry? Why not contest for MBGN? Who knows? From there, my modeling career could take it would be a stepping stone for my modeling career. And then I contested and I won. So yeah.
I have the results in my hand for the winner of
I won
tonight's
it fair and
competition
square.
and also the first runner-up.
I would be honest,
Please note
even before
that
I went for the pageant, even while I was in camp, I thought you had to pay some amount of money or meet someone or know someone. So when I was contesting, winning wasn't even in my mind. I never even thought I was going to win, because for me, because that's the perception most people have about this, is that you have to know someone or pay money to someone or date someone. But when I won the crown, it occurred to me that I have been looking at this from the bad side of it, and I have always had the bad perception about pageantry. And I won it fair and square. I didn't have to know anyone. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have to date anyone. I didn't have to pay any amount of money. And if I had to pay for the crown, then it wouldn't be worth it. I wouldn't bother going into it and stressing myself. Why pay for a crown? Why pay for it? Then that means it's not worth it. It's not what it is when you have to pay for it. When the competition started, because I'm already used to working on stage, the tension wasn't so high until when I was called for top 15 and then top 5, and then everything changed. The atmosphere changed. My palms were sweating, my feet were sweating, my feet were slipping out of my sandals. And it was the feeling, it's amazing when you're up there and you have so many people like cheering for you and calling out your name, and having so many people support you even when they don't know you. That feeling it's amazing. And when I was called for top 2, when they called me for top 3, I was like, okay, I'm okay here. When they called top 5, I was like, I'm okay here. No need. At least I didn't leave empty-handed. And then they called top 3, and I was still there. I was like, okay, this is serious. Ugochi, this is serious. And then it was mainly Stephanie and I. I was already getting ready to tell Stephanie congratulations, and then they called me. And I know people say I didn't show any reaction because I was in shock. I didn't expect it at all. And I was just standing there like, okay, you have to comport yourself. You have to do what we did in rehearsals. Okay, turn, wave, hug her. Okay, shake Mr. Guy, comport yourself, don't do anything crazy. So I was in shock at that moment, and that feeling of standing on stage, it's extraordinary. This came back at my life in the past 21 years. I know 21 years is very short and small, but I have experienced things that even people way older than me may not have experienced. I have seen things, and there are so many things that I look back to or look back at, and I said, if only I could go back and change these things. But then those are the things you have to learn in life. They're like lessons you learn in life, and those are turning points for me, because at those points I had to make decisions, and some of those decisions have affected my life and have put me where I am today. Basically, maybe not all of them. Some of them I made bad choices, and if I had made better choices I would have been somewhere higher than this, who knows. But then I've learned not to regret, because everything in life happens for a purpose, and every experience we have, every obstacle we meet, every part of life we go through is a lesson for us, and we have to pick those lessons and put them into our life so that we can make better decisions in future. My lowest moment is when my mom, when she was very sick, she almost died. We couldn't go to the hospital, and she was on the floor, and she had something to her kidney. And at that point, I promised myself that this would never happen again. I didn't want to be in a situation where I couldn't do anything to help my loved ones. And seeing my mom there on the floor and saying crying was a turning point for me. And it made me make a lot of decisions. Like, I don't want to ever be at that point again where I have loved ones and I cannot do anything to help them or do anything to improve whatever situations they are in. So yes, that should be one of it for me. My highest moment in life would be winning Miss World Top Model. Winning that award showed me that my struggles and my hard work were not in vain, and that I still have a very long way to go, and the future is bright for me when it comes to modeling. So. Yes, for the modeling industry in Nigeria, the funny thing is that people don't know it's actually quite easy to get into these agencies. All you have to do is go for castings. You have to first of all work on yourself, your skin, the way you look, and your body, and basically knowing what you have and knowing in what market it would sell. Not everybody is meant for modeling, not everybody is cut out for modeling. But then the thing is, we have a lot of young girls who are who think it's a shortcut to fame and fortune, and then they're desperate, and desperation sets in, but they don't tell themselves the truth that they cannot succeed in modeling. They just feel you have to do some certain things. But the reality of it is that it's actually quite easy. You just have to go for castings, go for open calls, send Polaroid pictures to these agencies, and then they get back to you. It's quite because they are looking for models. But then because of desperation, and then because of a lot of, let me use the word, roadside agencies, some girls are not willing to settle down and pick out which of these agencies are genuine, and then they end up falling into the hands of scammers, and then we have a lot of stories about sexual harassment in the modeling industry and the entertainment industry. But I feel it's because of desperation and impatience. That's why a lot of girls fall into this trap. And before MBGN, I wasn't really on Facebook. I rarely opened my Facebook account. And Instagram, I think I had like 600 followers, because I hardly posted anything on Instagram except modeling pictures, because I had to post my pictures so I could get more jobs. And after MBGN, I have 19,000 followers on Instagram. I haven't opened my Facebook page yet to know how many followers I have on Facebook. Yes. For my project, I'm working on gender-based violence, and I'll be working with the Ben Blues Foundation to tackle this problem. Gender-based violence it's an ever-growing problem in Nigeria, and it looks as if recently it has been on the hike. But I feel it's always been there, but because people are a bit more comfortable speaking about it and are being more open about it, that's why it looks like there's an increase in violence against women. So what we've been doing, we've been visiting some victims of domestic violence. Some ladies, we've met them and we've helped them get justice against whoever has been abusing them. For some of them, we helped them set up businesses. For example, there was this lady, we helped her get things for her salon, because she started up a salon, and then we helped her get things for her salon and all that. Then the other lady, we helped her put her children in school. So what we basically do is we find these people that cannot fight for themselves. We help them fight against whoever that is oppressing them, and then we help them start a new life, help them move on from where they were before and start up a new life and move ahead with their lives. And what's in the pipeline, there's a whole lot in the pipeline, and I'm currently working on a lot of things. Hopefully before half year through my tenure, I should be able to bring out or be able to have achieved at least half of these things. Yes, thank you. My best asset physically would be my height, because I wouldn't walk into a room and people wouldn't know that someone came into the room. But growing up, I didn't see it as an asset. I hated my height when I was growing up, because maybe when I would go to the market, see people dragging you Tolly, and they'd be dragging you and saying a lot of things. And then I didn't have friends because I was taller than my age mates, and no one would want to walk with you. Be like, you're making me look short. And I would have to end up staying with older people because I was maybe their height, and I had to hunch to be able to be on the same height with my friends and my age group. But no, I don't see that as a disappointment. I'm proud of my height now. I wouldn't say a particular person, a particular thing inspires me. I try to draw inspiration from all around me, from every little thing that happens around me, from the news, people I meet, events that happen, and that way I'm never limited. I never run short of inspiration. And my mentors, I don't have a mentor. I have a lot of mentors. My parents, my uncles. I have people that I have met who have been who have made huge impacts and huge contributions to my life, and I'm very grateful to them. It depends on your definition of new. Bikini, yes. Bikini is not new, have you? No, I won't do any photoshop now. The advantages of being the most beautiful girl, I don't want to say the attention, because I don't really enjoy the attention, because most times it comes at the wrongest time. But when you walk into a room and then you say something, people pay attention. So people want to hear you, people want to listen to you and hear what you have to say. Unlike before, when you want to say something, be like, it's another fine girl that doesn't have anything upstairs. Because people already have this notion that beautiful girls are dumb upstairs. But with the crown, people are willing and ready to listen to you and see what you have to offer. So yes, that's an advantage. Disadvantage, a lot of unnecessary attention, and you have too many people around you, and then it makes it very difficult for you to decipher who is there to actually be your friend, or who is there for the glam, or who is there to just associate with the name and the crown. Too many unnecessary attention at all the wrongest times. Yes, that's an disadvantage. A lot of people don't know about me. Okay, people think I'm very quiet and reserved. I can be noisy, and I talk a lot when I'm with people that I'm very close to. Yes, and I'm not really about physical things or material things, I tend to look deeper. And as people say I don't have friends, I don't really have close friends because I am very particular of what the person has inside and what the person has upstairs. And sadly to say, it's very hard to find that nowadays or recently, to find people who have something tangible or something strong upstairs or have something strong to offer. So yes, I'm a very inward person, and the men that come with the crown, men disturbing me and wanting to ask me out, sincerely, there haven't been men, no, not really. Very quite few. I don't know, maybe because of my height. Once you stand up and you're wearing heels, they'll be like, ah, okay, and then they, they shift away. They move away. Or when I start talking, I'll be like, ah, you're too serious. And then they shift away and they go for other people. So it hasn't, no, not really, no. Okay, so this time I was in the mall. I went to see a movie with my friends, and I didn't wear makeup. I was looking very hard. I was wearing slippers, and I just wanted to see the movie and go home. And I was sitting there, one girl just comes to meet me. So are you Ugochi? I said yes. He said MBGN. I said no, it's not me. I'm not MBGN. Like, is it like you're the one? I'm like, no, it's not me. It's not me. Please, it's not me. Because people were now staring like, who is that? So she was like, oh, okay, no problem. And she left. And I ran out. I didn't see the movie again. And there have been all moments. Okay, I met Ihezue Ugochi, Miss Nigeria, former Miss Nigeria. And I've always looked up to her, I've always admired her. And then I went for the Miss Nigeria pageant, the one held last year. And she recognized me. I'm like, I don't blow. It was so touching. It was amazing. And we talked and exchanged numbers, and we've been friends since then. So there have been lots of all moments and very weird moments here. Favorite song, Human by John Bellion. Favorite local artist is Techno. My favorite international artist is John Bellion. you.